Okay, so we're finally getting a best-on-best international tournament again, 9 years after the last one. And if you're wondering why it's taken so long, it all started with the 2018 Winter Olympics. Back then, the NHL couldn't decide whether or not they wanted to send players to the games. There were concerns about everything from travel logistics to insurance costs, and of course, whether it would actually bring in money for the league. In the end, they pulled out. Then, when the next opportunity for best-on-best action came around in the 2022 Winter Olympics, the NHL pulled out again, this time due to safety concerns surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. That left the 2016 World Cup of Hockey as the last big international tournament involving NHL players. But now, nearly a decade later, the NHL has finally decided to get the band back together. Well, sort of. While it's not quite the return of the World Cup of Hockey we were supposed to get in 2024, which was vetoed for obvious reasons, it is a return to the best-on-best format we've all been craving. It's a smaller, more focused event that aims to keep international hockey alive until we hopefully get it back in the 2026 Winter Olympics, while avoiding the logistics and political messes that come with a larger tournament. Welcome to the first, and likely the last, Four Nations face-off. It'll be Team Canada led by Sidney Crosby, Team USA led by Austin Matthews, Team Sweden led by Victor Hedman, and Team Finland led by Alexander Barkov competing in a round-robin style tournament with the top two teams advancing to a winner-takes-all championship game. And starting on Thursday, I'll be covering all of it here, every single game, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I've got to talk about the Vancouver Canucks because they've been playing extremely well lately, and they're doing it without their best player. Let's start with Game 54 against the San Jose Sharks, a game against a team the Canucks should beat. And I put should in quotations because there really is no easy night in the NHL, but the Sharks are a rebuilding team filled with young players learning what it takes to play in the big leagues, and the Canucks are a team with a chip on their shoulder trying to prove last season wasn't a fluke, so yeah, it's a game Vancouver should win. Conor Garland crushed Mario Ferraro, Dakota Joshua creamed Mario Ferraro, Nils Åman decimated Andrew Podoralski. This game was stuck at zeros all the way into the third period, but then the Vancouver-born Macklin Celebrini decided to help his favorite team out by sending the puck out of play in his own zone for a delay of game penalty, and the Canucks scored on the ensuing power play. It was Dakota Joshua tipping in a Pius Suter shot to open the scoring 48 minutes into the game. 1-0 Canucks. By the way, Thatcher Demko was having himself quite the night. He was stopping everything that came his way, and it just made me so happy, man. This is classic Thatcher. It's vintage Demko, and I love it. San Jose just couldn't score on him, and for the second game in a row, it really started to look like, right, the Sharks scored with 90 seconds left, and of course, it was the ex-Canuck Tyler Toffoli who got the goal. 1-1, tie game, time for 3-on-3 overtime. Now, 3-on-3 overtime is supposed to be a fun, action-packed, sudden death, next goal wins way to end regular season games quickly to avoid screwing up travel schedules around the league. In the playoffs, the game just keeps going, 5-on-5 forever until someone scores, but in the regular season, they just can't do that. They need the games to end. And look, no matter how you feel about 3-on-3 overtime, I think we can all agree it's better than a shootout, and it's definitely better than a tie. But for whatever reason, the Canucks have had no luck in 3-on-3 overtime this season. In fact, they're kind of bad at it, which is especially mind-boggling when you consider the fact that they have Quinn Hughes. It's almost to the point where I think most of us Vancouverites would probably prefer a shootout, or a coin flip, or hell, even a tie. The Canucks already have 11 overtime losses this season. 11! Let's just imagine for a second that they managed to win just 5 of those 11. Just 5. If they had, they'd be in third place in the entire league. However, Vancouver has looked like a totally different team since trading away JT Miller a couple of weeks ago. The new guys Filip Hronek, Drew O'Connor, and Marcus Pettersson have been playing extremely well, and they carried that into this overtime, specifically Hronek and O'Connor. They stormed up the ice on a 2-on-1. Hronek sent a beautiful breakaway pass over to O'Connor, but on that breakaway, Macklin Celebrini hooked him, and the refs awarded O'Connor with a penalty shot, allowing for this to happen.
O'Connor in from the left. Scores!
Yeah, so the Canucks beat the Sharks 2-1 in overtime thanks to a penalty shot goal scored by Drew O'Connor. When I saw that puck cross the line, I got so excited that I literally it all over my and it hurt so bad. I didn't even know what was going on. Everything was covered in and my was exposed to everybody. I was happy, but I was in pain. So naturally, the next day, I called up my good old pals at KNEAD Massage Studio and booked myself a relaxing massage. That's right, the sponsor of today's video is KNEAD. Open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., KNEAD's team of massage therapists offer head-to-toe massage services in a serene and soothing space designed for relaxation. There's a reason this place was voted Vancouver's best massage therapy clinic by the Georgia Straight in 2024. And guess what? They've got a special offer just for us knuckheads. If you click the top link in the description of this video and use the code KNUCK10 when booking your appointment, KNEAD will give you 10% off your foot or body massage excluding RMT services. Located at 637 East 15th Avenue, KNEAD is the place to heal, recover, and disconnect. So do yourself a favor and click the top link in the description of this video and use code KNUCK10 for 10% off your foot or body massage. Now, on to Game 55 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Elias Pettersson, also known as D-Petey, was still in the lineup, and he looked sick out there again. It's wild to think this was only his 6th game in the NHL. He almost scored his first goal, too. Elias Pettersson, also known as, well, just Petey, had himself quite the game as well. First, all in one shift, he caught Leafs defender Simon Benoit with a reverse hit that sent him squirming to the ice, sent the puck back to the blue line and fought for positioning in front of the net, and when Toronto regained gross, Petey wasn't done there. He was making killer defensive plays all game, preventing the Leafs from doing anything interesting with the puck while he was out there. He was constantly in great position with an active stick, stealing possession, and basically doing whatever he wanted to. It's wild to think that this is the worst we've ever seen him play. That's insane. Tyler Myers hit the crossbar, and then he hit a human. The Leafs couldn't get anything done, and to think, this isn't even Vancouver's final form. Quinn Hughes was still out of the lineup with an undisclosed injury, an injury that unfortunately has forced him to sit out of the upcoming Four Nations face-off. So, who stepped up in Captain Quinn's absence?
Filip Hronek.
He scored the opening goal and almost had another a few minutes later, and then, after the Leafs tied the game late in the second period thanks to a power play goal from Morgan Rielly, Phil the Thrill came in clutch again. With the score tied 1-1 with just over 10 minutes left in the game, while on the power play, Hronek hustled to keep the puck in at the blue line, made a quick heads-up pass over to his fellow countryman Filip Hronek, who then set Brock Boeser up in the slot, and he scored. 2 points for Hronek, 2-1 Vancouver. It's not all great news though. Just 10 minutes into the first period, after 2 fantastic performances, Thatcher Demko left the game with an injury and didn't return. And as of right now, there's no word on how bad the injury actually is. He was replaced by Kevin Lankinen, who only kind of kicked absolute ass for the rest of the night. Kev Lank the Tank Lankinen took the Leafs forwards and kept spanking them all the way till the final 2 minutes where he made this putrid save on a shot from, I don't know, the best shooter in the entire league, Austin Matthews? I don't even know what else to say about that. It speaks for itself. Anyway, the Canucks completely outplayed, outclassed, and outworked the Leafs in this game. They put on a clinic and took no prisoners. They won 2-1, and I got so happy I ordered 50 Stanley Cups on Amazon. Shout out to these weirdos for predicting the scores right. The Canucks now have a record of 26, 18, and 11 and are currently sitting in a not so comfortable playoff position, but things are looking up. The team's on fire, and thanks to this 2-week midseason break, I'm not even too worried about the Demko and Hughes injuries right now. Thanks to these wonderful knuckheads for clicking the join button and becoming members of the channel. It helps support what I do and I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned because starting tomorrow I'll be covering every single game of the Four Nations face-off. Okay, bye.
Suck it, bitch.
Hey, Brian, it's me, Knuckhead. Keep watching my videos. Yeah, you, Brian, right there. Yeah, if you think, oh, he's not talking to me, I'm talking to you, Brian. Keep watching them. There's 2 that just popped up on the screen. Click one of them. Don't stop. Thanks, Brian. It means a lot.